When you go on a trip with a bunch of bitches, you better slay on every occasion, okay? Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned in to my Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. Guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet done so. Share this video wherever you like to share videos. And check out my other channel, which is Samore Love TV, because that's where I'm going to have my Love and Hip Hop recap tomorrow. So you don't want to miss that, and join in on the fun and get your shout outs on there. And comment down below for your chance to get a shout out. So let's see who we got a shout out for this week. So shout out to Sandy Y2K, who was like, "You're so right about Cynthia's new boo. There's something not quite right. I can't put my finger on it. Thanks for all the updates, by the way. I've been a subscriber for a while. Love you from the UK. Oh, love you too from the US, of course. From the BX. Ah, that's so awesome. That's so cool. From one Brit to another. And you probably know that I am British West Indies, so I don't really talk about it too much here, but yeah. So I feel you on the whole UK vibes. I got a lot of family out there. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this episode. Let me get my little notes up, my little cheat sheet. All right, let's move this over so I can see good. Don't mind my little background. That's the background I use for my other channel. It's back there. Because when I have my little meetings at work, I put up my little background so they won't be all up in my beeswax. Anyways, so yeah, things was really getting out of control with Kim at the all-white party. What was it called? The Girls and Gays party? Honey child, this woman went off because, I mean, to be honest, she was poking and poking and poking at Kenya. And normally I'm not a Kenya fan. I'm not no ride or die for Kenya, none of that. But I do feel like Kim was doing the most. I don't know if she was intoxicated, because she didn't seem like she was truly inebriated. Like, she seemed like she was okay. You know what I mean? Like, after her husband got her, I don't know if they got her to drink some water before they got her to the next scene. But she was just, like, crazy, like, doing the most. But I'm like, you know what? If that was a black person, she would have been called every ghetto this and every this and that, and every name that you can think of that would be derogatory. I mean, I don't see how she was able to act the way she was and think that that was okay. Then she ends up, well, Nene was actually a pretty good host, because even before she fully left, when her husband came and got her, I guess Kory supposedly was in the car, but maybe somebody called him like, "Your wife is acting crazy, you need to come and get her." So he kind of got her. He was like, "F that, like, we're going home, you're out of here." She was trying to go back inside. He's like, "No, you're not going back inside." Plus, I mean, on top of that, I did see her on a doctor's show, and she does have heart problems. So I don't think that it's really a good idea for her to be getting that upset to that point. I mean, she did state that she has, like, she's on lifelong blood thinners. She had to get the, you know, those blood clot filters because she has clots. And it's like a genetic disorder. She said, I think somebody in her family died from it. I think her brother or something like that. So it's something that is in her family. So I don't think she should be getting this upset. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so they end up going to, I guess this was like the rejects party, I would call it. They end up going to Porsha's house to kind of share some of the juice with her, let her know what was going down, and allow her to get a little bit of laughs and feel proud of herself for not going. Yeah, so it was just like her, Sheree, Kory, and Porsha and her sister all talking about the event that they weren't at anymore, and that Porsha wasn't invited to. And then the crazy thing about it was that when this chick was telling the story, when Kim was telling the story, she says that she went off because Kenya said, "Oh, that's why how you giving away your daughter to give fellatio, to suck you know, for your sick son, for your injured son." I didn't hear nothing about injured son. I mean, I know sometimes they edit things out, but Sheree didn't hear it. No one really heard it but Kim. You know, I feel like that was just something that she could throw in there a little bit more to make it a good, valid reason as to why she got upset. First of all, Bravo, whatever the hell's channel this is, I forgot what channel this was. They freaking showed the tweet, and the tweet was pretty much saying exactly what Kenya said. It said, who do I have to get Brielle to blow in order to get free tickets, or in order to get tickets for John Legend's show? And she was talking to Chrissy Teigen. So you put it out there. You know that everything that you put out on Twitter, unless it's a DM, it's public information. Even DMs can possibly become public information depending on who you're talking to, and if they want to go ahead and screen capture and share with a publicist or share to TMZ or whoever it is. You know what I mean? So that was just, how you going to get mad for something that you put out there? Yeah, children are off limits, but you put it out there. It's like you're pretty much selling her on Twitter to Chrissy Teigen or to whoever wants to, give her free tickets. So how you gonna get upset about it? I didn't see how that all made sense. I guess that's why she threw the injured kid into the mix, because then it makes more sense as to a valid reason why she would get upset, Honey child, like she was full of crap, and she was there breaking up stuff in Nene's house. Like, talk about disrespectful. That is a grand house. I mean, did y'all see Nene's closet? It was like goals. # goals for real. Because I love how everything, like if I had a big closet, I would totally have my closet organized like that. Like that, I was just saying the other day, like, damn, my closet is just so out of whack right now. And I need to redo everything because it's not color coded. Things are not with short sleeves. Long sleeves are not with long sleeves. Like, everything is, like, all over the place because I haven't had time to really fix it in a couple of months. So I'm like, I just need to, like, take out everything, purge what I don't want, and put everything with the hangers the same way, with color coded, and just summer with summer, and, etc., etc. So just seeing her organizational skills, or whoever did it for her, it just had me like, oh. Like, there was one for shoes, there was one for dark clothes, there was one for everything else, there was panty drawers. I would totally do that. I'm so serious. One day, I hope, one day, I'm coming for that closet. Or something, similar. Maybe cheaper, but similar. Alright, so, following that, they did show a scene with Cynthia and Noelle where Noelle, she just kind of talks to her mom. They are looking so much more alike. Like, I think Cynthia's daughter Noelle, she could definitely become a new version of her mom, and kind of following her mother's footsteps. And maybe that's what she might do, because she is planning to stay with her mom now. She says she doesn't want to move in with her boyfriend, even though that was something that she was thinking about doing. She said it was like a more low-key area. People don't really recognize her like that. But I guess she kind of reconsidered, and her boyfriend's more so an all-or-nothing type of guy. So maybe something happened. Maybe she just doesn't feel comfortable, like, having to live that strict or whatever, having to go by somebody who's like, it's all or nothing type of thing. Like, why you can't keep doing what you're doing right now? So I guess her and her boyfriend might end up splitting, and she's going to stay with her mom for right now. I mean, why not? You have a beautiful house, a beautiful life. You probably have to pay for nothing. You're grown up, you're at that age, and you can kind of focus on what you want to do in life and where you want to go in life. So why not, right? So Sheree, she's invited everybody to San Francisco. So she even invited Kim, but Kim ended up saying at the last minute that she wasn't going to be able to go because she didn't think it would be a good idea if Kenya was going. It was probably Kory that kind of told her, like, nah. It seems like she's maybe in need of money. I mean, I know, I hate to say it like that, but I mean, I know he's not really, the last time I kind of was keeping up with them. I really don't keep up with them. I mean, but the last time I saw, I think he was not in the league anymore or something along those lines. So, I mean, they have all these kids. Now they have even more medical bills because of their son's unfortunate accident, which I saw a piece of during a commercial or something like that. I mean, their show, I never was really into it, to be honest with you. My sister used to always watch it faithfully years ago when she used to live with me. And I used to catch it here and there because she was a Kim fan for some reason. And I mean, now I kind of like her a little more sometimes. I can tolerate her more than I used to back in the days. I don't know. I just never really saw how she ended up getting a spin-off show. She stole somebody's music. Like, she's done a lot of shady things. And I just kind of feel like she keeps on getting rewarded for all the shady things that she does. And she kind of does things and doesn't take ownership of it either. So, I don't know. I think that's kind of why I've never been a fan of her. And I never really felt like... I can't relate to her. It's not somebody that I would want to be like. I mean, I don't want to be like none of these people out here. But you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all understand what I mean. Kenya's grandmother passed away. And this was a grandmother that was very dear to her. I think she said it was her father's mother. But I'm not really sure. But she said she was about 86 years old or so. And she was like one of the last people that she actually remembered. Because she did have Alzheimer's disease. And Alzheimer's can definitely, I mean, I always say it weird, but it can definitely, dementia and Alzheimer's, it can definitely be something that can be very devastating to a family because the person that you love so dearly doesn't remember you. And I've had that before with the person that used to take care of me, where she ended up getting dementia. And she didn't really remember me, but she remembered my younger sister. I mean, that definitely broke my heart because I'm like, I came first, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It just... that wasn't in the cards, you know? So, she did show a clip where she said, you know, that was her baby. That was the person that she was there for because her mother was trying to give her away. And she's like, no, I'll take her. You know, I'll be her mother. I'll care for her. And I know that meant a lot to Kenya, for real. I mean, that would definitely mean a lot to me, especially that's somebody who took you up when your own mom didn't even want you, you know? So yeah, all the ladies was on the trip and everything, and it was nice that Sheree had revealed a little bit of her own bones, okay? She gave them out there. She let everybody know that she has somebody that she's in love with. This guy's a jailbird. I mean, he's in jail. His name is Tyrone. And oddly enough, she had an argument with Nene about this guy back like 6 years ago, and this is the guy that she ends up with. And Nene did seem some type of way about it when she found out who it was. She was kind of calling her out about it, like, oh, how you gonna say you didn't know that he was in jail? And Sheree had her own answer for that. But everybody was kind of impressed and just like, wow, like this whole coaching sessions that you've been doing have really been working because you out here spreading your business and you don't never spread nobody's business. Well, not nobody's business. You don't never spread your own business, only everybody else's business. That's what you do. You're giving those bones out who are not yours. You got to keep your bones to yourself because you need to be nice and strong, huh? Yeah. So now it was time for dinner, and Nene, all of them was there, and here goes Sheree with those bones. She says something to what you call it. She said something to, I think it was Nene, about Porsha, and it just kind of started a whole spiral effect where they started arguing, and I feel like both of them was right because Porsha was saying how Nene tried to get her fired, and she says that because Nene did end up saying that frickin' Frock, which she was referring to as Phaedra and Porsha, need to be fired. They need to be let go. And, you know, if Andy is their boss at the end of the day, so if he would have taken that seriously, then that could have been the end of it. But Nene was also saying, I was the one that was rooting for you. And we did see how much she cared for her at one point and how much she was rooting for her. And she probably did have a major role in her kind of staying on the show back in the days. Because, I mean, she had a violent altercation. You know what I mean? And she was still able to be staying on the show despite us thinking that she was going to get kicked off. And look at this. Poor Phaedra, she just goes ahead and talks bad about somebody, kind of sets people up, and she ends up getting kicked off the show, and now she's a model. You know what I mean? I started doing some modeling on the Wendy Williams show the other day. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Do you, boo? So, yeah, that's pretty much... So, I felt like both of them were right in their own... They were both saying their own truth, you know? Even though one couldn't really agree with the other. Maybe if they were to stop arguing and they were to really listen and stop calling each other out of their names, then perhaps they would be able to come to some kind of agreement. Hopefully they have like a woo-saw moment and just kind of hold hands. Remember that? Then they do that last season with Phaedra, and she was the fakest one of them all. if they can do a genuine type of woosah moment, perhaps they can get them talking again. Because, I don't know. I mean, it's nice that Porsha's standing up for herself and she's truly changed and become the person that she is today. I do feel like she's a little big-headed now that she done left Mr. What's his name, you know? Y'all know who I'm talking about, her ex. Now that she done left him and now that she done became her own woman and kind of became a female boss or whatever, I do feel like she does have a little bit of a big head. Like, she feels like she doesn't really need anybody. I mean, at the end of the day, you shouldn't really feel like you need anybody. But people that have helped you to get to a certain point, I do feel like if they're not really disrespecting you, you should try to come to some kind of agreement with them. I mean, I could be totally wrong. It does go, respect goes two ways. So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one. Laters.